Don't is your buying. Welcome to the show. Because you're doing well, because you're having a wonderful day on this 28th October. It is freezing, the sun is setting. This is our last video of the day, which is crazy to think about. But hey, this is just the way life is sometimes. So, before we even start, what are we doing? We're doing Tokyo Ghoul from 40 to 45. We always do 5 chapters. And listen, we're already past the 10%, which is crazy. So I'm telling you right now, these were some of the best drawing ever. And I think there's a specific reason for that. If you remember in 40, we had the mangaka, the Ishui Ishida. Right, how it was a year, and he was getting better at drawing. So he's taking a lot more liberties with the drawing, right? So we got 41, which is even better. So of course, but I shout out. I'm gonna read some notes because I took some notes, even though we read it about an hour ago, which makes me a bad memory, but still. But I shout out to the mangaka for trying new type of drawing. He's really trying, right? For example, the scene where we got Nishima from the very beginning of the manga, who is getting mad and his hair are setting up almost Super Saiyan-ish, but not so much. And it's kind of cool. We have Nishima begging for help, right? And he's coming to beg for help to Ken, even though he doesn't like Ken. And the reality is, it's actually between the line. If you understand the manga, it's actually quite nice. It's actually quite nice because you realize that Nishi, right, doesn't like Ken Kaneki. He doesn't like him at all. But everybody in the Enteku has forsaken him. So even though he doesn't like Ken, that's his only freaking choice, right? We got the it is and also nice because you realize that Nishi, is he an asshole? No. Is he a bad guy? Is he an asshole? Absolutely. Is he a bad guy? No. Sorry, my ears are a mess and I'm getting unfocused. Okay, perfect. This we're gonna also get. I don't think is in this one. I think it's in the next one, but we have the backstory of Nishi, which is super cool. Those 5 chapters are unbelievable, right? We have the gourmet, which tells us his plan, and it's kind of fucked up, but kind of really fucking nice. So we're taking the concept of a stuffed turkey, so a turkey stuffed with other things to make it better, and we're putting it with Ken Kaneki. Ken Kaneki is a ghoul that tastes like a little bit like a human. So what he's gonna do, right? What he's gonna do? He's gonna make Ken eat a human. And gonna eat Ken. Crazy, right? We have this okay, filled with Kimi. Okay, a battle where Gomen is stronger but Tokai arrives. Yeah, so we have the battle, and it's basically Nishi and Kaneki. Kaneki is becoming a lot better, a lot stronger. However, Nishi is completely weak now. There's also another chapter in this video that we're gonna be checking out, which explains why the gourmet is so strong. And the cool thing about the gourmet is, cool thing that I'm not talking about is during the, this is a bit of a spoiler, there's a lot of kagune, right? During the battle, during the whole story of Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Re, there's 2 characters that are important that I can think have a similar or the same kagune, right? We also learned was a kagune in this video. Got chapter 42, we got a cool scene where she says, fuck, where Tukashi comes in, right? Because Tukashi cares about Ken. And the greatest thing is, she said, I don't give a fuck about Nishi. I'm not here to save him. I'm here to save Ken. Which is kind of cool because it does show, it does showcase Tukashi is my favorite waifu, every single anime together. But this is the picture perfect of Tuka. She's strong enough to say fuck you Nishi, and the fuck you Nishi, it doesn't come out of character because if you remember Tuka in the very beginning, she was saying fuck Ken, right? We have the gourmet who talk about in old Tuka, and we get a reason why later on, but at the beginning I didn't understand why. He was talking about the old Tuka and how stronger she was, now she became weak. And I didn't understand why he was saying that, but we get to understand in chapter 44, I believe. We have the team. We have a a teamwork between Ken and Tuka, and this is the genius of the writer, right? Because them teaming up does equate a very stronger team versus the Gourmet, which is stronger than Tuka, Ken, and Nishi. Again, we're gonna be learning why later on, right? But it's really cool because you understand that he's stronger and they have to team up. But it's the genius of the writer because it's the genius of the writer because it's repetitive. We just saw Ken and Tuka fight together versus Yomo, right? But when they were training, right? But the same thing is they're doing the same thing, and you're like, holy shit! I remember a couple of chapters ago when they were teaming up, and there's two elements that comes in place here. The first element is the pacing. The pacing is going so fast that you feel like it was so long ago that you had Tuka and Ken team up, right? But it wasn't that long ago, right? We have the reveal on the kinke, how it works. So basically, the kinke is an organ, and basically the kinke is how you survive. The kinke is very akin to adrenaline, and it doesn't say adrenaline. I don't know if it's adrenaline, but it's very akin to that. It makes you stronger. It makes you breathe a lot faster. It makes your sense better. But it's an organ, and you need to feed it. If you don't feed it with meat, your kinke is gonna become weaker, right? And this is why the gourmet is better, because he doesn't care about using his kinke, and his kinke is full of meat, human meat, which makes his kinke stronger. That's also why Nishi is weaker, because his kinke isn't great, because he hasn't eaten meat. That's why Tuka kinke isn't great, because she hasn't eaten meat. That's why Ken Kaneki kink, I don't know how you say it, but kinke is weaker. Right, we got chapter 43, which is the best fucking chapter so far. I think maybe chapter 1 was better, but I have no clue. And it's no cap, dude. But seriously, it's an amazing chapter, right? 10 years ago, right? How can you kill, right? How do you don't care about killing? And it's a powerful moment because Ken talks about the moment, how can you kill? Because he's talking about killing Tuka is going to talk about killing Kimi, talking about killing Nishi and eating Ken, right? And it's not a reference to now. It's a reference also to the restaurant. How can you betray me? Why would you do that? Why are you so like that? And the Gorbetti starts laughing and says, and it's a really powerful moment. It's a repeated moment. It's a repeated moment once, twice, 3 times. They're repeating a lot. But it's a really powerful moment. They're saying, I'm a ghoul. I was never given a choice. I was forced to eat human meat. Otherwise I would die. I was never given a choice. You ask me why I kill. Because I'm a ghoul. And it's very akin, and I don't know if that was the case, that was the goal, but it's extremely akin to a scorpion, the old fable of the scorpion and the toad. So very quickly, a scorpion needs to cross the river. He asks the toad, can you help me out? The toad say, fuck you, I'm not gonna help you out, you're gonna sting me. And the scorpion says, you're stupid, you're fucking stupid. Why would if I sting you, we're both drowning. And then the toad is like, okay, yeah. So they go underwater, and what happened? The scorpion sting him, and the toad says, why did you sting me? And the scorpion says, because I'm a scorpion. It's a really powerful moment, you know. So yeah, exactly. So we have the backstory of Nishi. How can you kill again? Ghoul Heart. We have Nishi. The backstory of Nishi is gonna be extremely important. There's gonna be spoiler. There's gonna be massive spoiler. Okay, but the spoiler doesn't really. Well, it changed everything, but it's not a big spoiler. It is a big spoiler, but it's not a super important spoiler, right? Tokyo Ghoul is, that's a positive. That's a negative. Tokyo Ghoul is filled to the brim with with information that makes the story better. So you're gonna take a manga like Bleach, where the reveals are humongous, they change everything. Tokyo Ghoul has this amazing thing where the story sums up. For example, in this one, I'm gonna have a spoiler. That doesn't mean a lot, but it's a details that doesn't change the story a lot, right? And that's why when you reread Tokyo Ghoul, like, yeah, I knew that. It's actually a big reveal that you don't really care about. So about him and his sister, we realized that their parents were killed because they were ghouls. She sacrificed everything for him. She was working for he can go to school because we got Nishi, and Nishi kid is very cute. He's like, I don't want to eat humans. I don't want to eat. I want to be smart. I want to help people. That's why he's becoming a doctor. So the sister, she ended up working and working and working and working and working and working, so he can do that goal, right? And then she has different jobs, and she has a job where she meets a human, and that human is super important. That human, he becomes her boyfriend. And that human, what I really like about the writer is that he doesn't really show the face. He show a character with a face and glasses, right, and black hair. The black hair is super important. Spoiler now. Now that's a big spoiler. The boyfriend ends up being Arima. Now, who is Arima? You didn't meet him. Arima is one of the best dove in the story. Arima is a god. Arima is the person who changed the entire story of Tokyo Ghoul as a dove. You think Amon was important? Amon is super important. However, Amon is a bit more important. Now, why is it a spoiler? Well, because he turns her in because he thinks it's the right thing to do, right? It's the right thing to do. Little fart. You think it's the right thing to do because she's a ghoul, but then understand later on that she didn't kill anybody, so she didn't deserve to be killed just for being a ghoul. So he feels bad, and because he feels bad, he's gonna help the ghoul, right? Okay. She's the reason. Okay, but he regrets it. Meeting with Kime, we got Nishi meeting with Kime, and it's a romance. It's so cool because he's like Nishi keeps Kime around because she looks stupid. I'm sorry, but that's the way it says. He keeps Kimi around because she looks stupid. And because she looks stupid, he's like, oh, I'm going to be able to feed on her later on. And then he gets hurt by Ken Kaneki, which we saw in this story. And then Kimi realizes, she goes to him, and he realizes that he's a ghoul. And he needs to eat her to heal. And she tells him, yes, you can eat me. And then it looks stupid because Kimi is really romantic, but it's actually a really cool moment where we realize that Kimi was never dumb. The reason when they met that she looked dumb was because her parents just died, her brother just died. She was an orphan, a newly orphan, and she was depressed. She wanted to unlife herself. She wasn't dumb, she was just numb. And what happened is she was willing to die, and Nishi saved her. She said, You help me live, I want you to live, help me. And Nishi, he refused to eat her. So Nishi, although an asshole, had a chance to eat a human who was willing, who was consenting to being eaten. He's like, nah, I'm good. We had 44, which is another great chapters. We are in the money. Chapter after chapter, this is the best. We have the full fight between all three. Nishi, Tuka, Ken versus the gourmet. Again, none of them have been eating meat. Now, Tuka says, yo, there's no way that you're gonna be able to kill the gourmet, right? We need to eat meat. The only meat we can eat is Kimi, but she's behind the gourmet, right? And the nicest thing is we get a repeat of the Kagune, right? And the crazy thing about the Kagune is, okay, so another spoiler, okay? The Kagune needs fuel to survive. So if you eat human, it's delicious. This Kagune is gonna be stronger. We saw a lot of ghouls being cannibalistic, and because they're cannibalistic, they're eating straight up Kagune. So their Kagune becomes a lot stronger. But they go crazy if they do that. So we have a multiple character that are doing that and they become crazy, and that's one of the things that is super cool. But this is the moment where where we learn, where Ken learn, where Tu can learn that if you eat meat, your Kagune is gonna become stronger, right? Which is a very important in the story later on, and it's a very important motivation for one character or two. Okay, we finally learn what the gourmet meant with the old Tuka. The old Tuka was stronger because she ate human, as simple as that. But now that she refused to eat human, she doesn't have the strength, right? Oops. We have the need for meat, and in fact, okay, yeah, we have the need for meat, and the need for meat is the only way to kill the gourmet, right? And it's kind of cool because we have Ken, which is special, which is a half human, half ghoul. So technically, if you eat Ken, it still counts as eating a human meat. And this is what I love about it. I'm reading, okay, that doesn't have to do with Tokyo Ghoul, but I'm reading also One Piece, and in One Piece we had a scene of Arlong where Luffy is underwater and he's stuck there, and they're able to take his head and because he's an elastic man, they're able to pull it out of the water so he can breathe, right? So he survives. And this is another thing where you take the main character being special and you do it. Ken, being a half human, means you can eat me. So we have Tuka that eats Ken, and we have her Kagune, which is a very important part of the story, right? I'm cold, I'm trying to hurry up. We got 45. We got an amazing fight where Tuka Kagune is a bad matchup for the gourmets, so she doesn't have the she doesn't have necessarily the how can I say that? The advantage. The gourmet is very strong. He doesn't look strong, but he's very strong. And it sucks because the whole chapter is about fighting, and there's a couple of lines of talking, so there's not much to say here. Anywho, it's a nice place to end the video. It's a nice cliffhanger. I love you guys. I'll see you guys very soon. I'm gonna go do a TikTok live. Thank you so much for being here. I love y'all. Take it easy. Peace.